stuff. So please apply for the scholarships and join the Leadership Academy. Thank you.
And that's a great story that we just heard from Sally Madden, right? And I'm sure that that's the experience that that's what we all experience in different moments in our lives. Especially when it comes to scholarships. You see the application and you see the requirements, you're like, oh no, I'm not gonna meet it. I meet the requirements for this, but this essay, it's a personal statement, but I don't think that my story is all that good for this particular scholarship, so I'm not going to apply. And I receive a lot of those students also. They come to see me, students like you, who are very scared, who are very afraid. And like Salimana said, that was her case as well. And after Jason tried for so many times, encouraging her to apply for the scholarship, then it was the right time for her. It's just like, okay, now I'm going to put the application and see what happens. And sometimes that's what you have to do. Just put in an application out there and see what happens. It doesn't mean that you're always going to receive them, but at some point you are going to receive something, okay? So don't get discouraged when you don't see that you are receiving one particular scholarship that you applied for. Good? Right now, I'm going to introduce you to another one of my students. She, as well as Stefan, he's not around anymore, but Michelle Hawthorne, she is also very, very persistent, extremely. And she finds such joy in applying for scholarships. Believe me, when she sees something open, she's like, oh, I'm going to apply for that one. And I'm going to apply for that one as well. And what else do you have for me? So she's always inquiring about different opportunities. I met her this last spring semester. She came to apply for one external scholarship that we offer here. It's called the CUNY. We don't offer it here, it's external one, but when it opens, we promote it around here. And usually it opens around November. So the CUNY becas is for students who are not eligible for financial aid, but are attending college, right, and need that money. You don't, and it's great because more than a scholarship, it's a program, and they pay, if you receive it, they pay for a full academic year for you. And after you complete that first year, you can apply as a fellow for the fellowship program that they have, and you may continue to receive it if you become a recipient then. So you get one more year, which is 2 years at a community college, which is what we need here to graduate, right? So that would be great. And that's called the CUNY becas. She came to apply for that one. Unfortunately, she was not able to. But after that, she just continued to come to my office and continued to put applications for everything that she saw. Let's welcome Michelle Hawthorne and hear her story.
Thank you very much, Molly. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. So, like Mai said, I came to her office because I found out about the CUNY-based scholarship. However, I missed the deadline. I don't remember the details. I missed the deadline. There was something. Anyway, she sat with me and she went over the other external and internal scholarships that were available that I could qualify for. So I applied for the Ernesto Malave scholarship, and I also applied for the Circle of 100 Emergency Fund. And I found out about that. I was walking on the bridge going to my class, and there were these young ladies that were being butterflies. You should, as a student, you should always be curious. Don't be, just busy rushing to class. Sometimes you miss vital information. Also, you should check your email. One of the scholarships that I found, hi, who are you? One of the scholarships that I found out about, I actually received the information in my email. So I went and I spoke with Mai, and she helped me with the process, the application process. She's very patient, like she said, not persistent. I kind of stalked her, sort of. I call her, I would email her, and I, email her 10 times a day because I have to be persistent. I do not get financial aid, and I'm paying out of my pocket, and I do have a need, as most of us students do, So she was very, very good in terms of being patient, walking me through the process. You go to her for one scholarship, she tells you about others that you may be qualified for. She reads over your essay for you, so you don't have to worry that your essay might be rejected. She reads it for you, and She goes over all your recommendation letters. If one of your professors say he's busy and you might have forgotten to put it on letterhead, little things that she does that, that's really, really good, that increases your opportunity of getting the scholarship. So I applied for the Circle of 100 Emergency Fund, which is anyone that has an emergency. It was summer, I was in school, I lost my apartment. Things happen just like that. You're in school and things happen, but when you're not in school, nothing goes wrong. Everything is okay. You're home watching TV, nothing goes wrong. But as soon as you embark on anything that's gonna, bring you up, to upward mobility, as education does. So I applied for the Circle of 100 Fund, emergency fund, and I got that scholarship. It was instrumental. I needed the money for the move. Also, the professors here, they're very, 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 very kind, and they're always willing to help you. They see that you're trying to help. It's amazing how once you embark on a path of success and you set goals, that the right people, comes into your life that will help you. One of my professors actually used this Memorial Holiday weekend to write the recommendation letter that I needed. So the process is not hard, and don't second guess yourself. Don't think I do not have a 3.5 or I don't have a 3.2. There's a plethora of scholarships. Some of them is just there. You just have to apply for it. You just have to be in school. You just have to, some of them ask for a GPA of 2.0. You don't have to be an erudite or a scholar to qualify for these scholarships. And also it connects you with, with people that really, like mine, like that motivate you, her staff, they're very, very good. So I'm just encouraging you, check your email, be curious, go for the scholarships, don't second guess yourself. Don't think that, oh, it's okay for her, that, and it's not okay for me. I applied for these scholarships in my first semester here. I had not even yet established a GPA, but I figured that by the time the scholarship deadline came up around, my grades would have been in, and consequently it worked out for me. So I'm just standing here to just tell you that go for it, and do not be afraid. Do not let your inhibitions get the better of you. Do not let your mind, sometimes your mind is your biggest sabotage. Just know that whatever you want, the resources are here. It's just that you have to find them, and you have to just align yourself to the right people that are here to help you, okay? And check your email.
Thank you, Michelle. And something very important that she mentioned is that she learned about the Circle of 100 on the bridge, while walking on the bridge. That's very important because that's something that I was missing so important, which is we always have a table on the bridge with people providing information there and assistance. If you need assistance, you don't remember what we went through here at the beginning of the orientation, and you don't remember the steps that we took to access the scholarship system, then there's somebody at the bridge every day from 10 to 4 p.m. On Wednesdays, we stay until 7 p.m. So you can find somebody there and ask all of the questions about scholarships. And you can also just go there and pick up information about new scholarship opportunities that are opening up. Okay? So use all of the resources that you have. You have no excuse. You have all of my information. You know that on the bridge, there's somebody. You know that we have workshops that happen all through the semester to help you create your scholarship profile. So let's use all of that. Okay? You have a lot of different resources. Now, questions. Any questions that you may have about scholarship opportunities? Yes, in the back.
I have a question. So, for example, let's say I apply for scholarships now, but I'm graduating and going to a different school. Will those scholarships still come to me, or how will that work?
Okay, so it depends. His question is, if he applies for scholarships now, but he's ready to graduate at the end of the semester. So let's say that he graduates and he transfers to a different school. What's going to happen with that scholarship? Is he still going to be able to receive that money? Yes and no. It depends. The internal ones, they're all different, and the same goes for the external ones. If in the description, the criteria, it says that you are supposed to receive this money in the form of a check, then that's how you're going to receive it. If it says that in order for you to receive this money, you have to attend a gala, then you have to go to that gala to receive the check. If it says that the money will only be sent to your school, then you have to make sure that you provide the information of the school that you're going to so that they send the money. Unless it is a CUNY scholarship, we are always receiving different scholarships from CUNY Central, and usually those scholarships require for students to continue in a CUNY school in order for you to receive them. So let's say that you apply for one of those CUNY scholarships this semester, but you graduate in December, January, and you go to a private school, you go to a non-CUNY school, then you may not be able to receive that scholarship even if you become a recipient because you didn't continue the CUNY system. So usually that's what happens with the CUNY scholarships, okay? Just keep that in mind. But with other external scholarships, it doesn't happen the same. As I mentioned before, you may receive the checks on your mail, you may receive it at the school that you send information to, and there's different ways that you may receive that money. For the internal ones, it's also the same procedure. You may receive, a lot of the ones that we offer here, you may receive a check for at the end of the semester when we process everything. But some of them are very specific, very strict, and it says that you can only receive this money if you become a recipient to go towards tuition. So you're not going to see any of that money in your hands. It's going to go towards tuition if you have a tuition balance. Because if you don't have a tuition balance, then you probably won't receive it. But every scholarship is different. You may also find a scholarship that says in the criteria, this is only going to go towards tuition, but if at the time the money kicks in, at the time that the scholarship is processed, you don't have a balance in your CUNY First account, then a check is produced for you. Is that correct? Oh, well, or get that. I was just going to ask for that because you always have helped me with that. But usually that's what happens. If a scholarship doesn't say that this money is going to go strictly towards tuition, then you may receive a check for the. So the way that it works is, if you have a pending balance, let's say that you pay out of pocket and you're unable to pay for the whole semester, and let's say in December, by December when we process the scholarships that we're offering this semester, you still owe $500 in tuition, but you became a recipient for $1,000. Then what's going to happen is that the $500 that you owe in tuition is going to be deducted, and then a check is going to be produced for you for the left $500. Okay? Any more questions? Is there a way that the scholarship, receiving the scholarship can affect financial aid? I believe Olga spoke about that when she was talking about financial aid. Does anybody remember what she said?
It doesn't affect.
Can it be affected?
No.
No, not necessarily. We make sure to conduct financial aid clearance. Once I send the information to the financial aid office, they make sure to check all the information that pertains to your case in particular. If they find that that allowing you to receive that scholarship for the whole amount that it was being offered is going to affect your financial aid, then they're not going to approve that, and we're not going to process the scholarship for you. Sounds bad, but you don't want to end up having to pay back for that money, right? Any more questions?
If I have a very high income, but that's what I have a very high expense, would that go to the scholarship?
Again, it all depends on your financial aid package. If he's asking, if I have a very high income, but I also have very high expenses, would I be eligible for scholarships? Why not? You never know. Just put in the application, let the selection committee make that decision, whether you're eligible or not. Every scholarship is different, so just go ahead and apply. Questions, somebody here? Information about CUNY becas. So you can come to my office. I have a couple of flyers there that I can for sure share with you and anybody who's interested about in that scholarship. Also another scholarship that is very similar to the CUNY becas is the Dream.us, and those two scholarships in particular are very good, especially for undocumented students. But not only for them, but if you have especially the CUNY becas, if you don't receive financial aid, that's a very good one for you. Okay? More questions?
I wanted to
you apply for a scholarship and you're not eligible for this scholarship, and they send you something like saying what was wrong with your application or.
So she would like to know if when you apply to a scholarship, but you are not eligible to receive that scholarship, if you're going to receive any kind of notification, information, an email or anything saying why, explaining why you were not eligible for that scholarship. Well, it depends. In our system, we have it set up for the students to receive emails. If you are not eligible, the email is probably not going to go in details explaining why you didn't qualify for the scholarship, because it may happen as well that you may qualify for the scholarship, but you didn't become a recipient because we received, out of 10 awards that we had available, we received 50 applications. So probably we received a lot of strong applications there, and we had to make a decision, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that you were not eligible for that scholarship. It just means that a decision needed to be made on different aspects. The same may apply for external scholarships. The external scholarships are very different, and every organization offering it has their own rule. And they may share that information with you. Some organizations, even in their website, they explain how the selection process is going to go and who is a member of the selection committee. They give you all of that information. Some others are not as detailed, but if they contact you and say you were not selected at this moment, I don't think that they're going to go into detail saying this is the reason why you did not receive it. So I don't think anybody's going to go and tell you specifically that, unless you want to contact somebody and inquire about that because you're interested in learning how you can improve later on. For sure you can do that. Okay? So she is asking if there are some opportunities that you can apply for this semester. Yes, we have internal scholarships in the beginning. Were you here at the beginning of the presentation? Yes, okay. So at the beginning, we went through the Hostos scholarship system where we post information about all the internal scholarships. All the ones that we are offering for this fall semester, they are open right now, and they will be closing sometime mid-November. Okay, so you can go on the system right now and start putting your application for all those that you meet the criteria for. Also, in that scholarship, external scholarship handbook that you have right now, that's for the academic year 2018-2019, and they have different deadlines. Some of them may close next week, some of them may close next month, some of them may close next spring. So just go through the deadline. Okay. More questions? No? No more questions?
Yes.
I wanted to continue talking. So this also I can mention, let me just mention a little bit about this. FastWeb. FastWeb is a search engine, and we have some of the flyers here on the table. You can pick them up later on. This is the search engine for scholarships, and the way that it works is you go and visit the website, you create your profile, and based on the information that you enter, they send you updates. Every day they will send you different opportunities, different scholarship opportunities that are being offered out there right now, which you may not know about, but this is free. Every day you're going to receive an email saying, hey, I found this one based on your profile, your specific profile. And it takes information like where you live, the school that you go to, whether it is a community college or a senior college. So you can use this even when you transfer to another school. You can still use FastWeb. Probably you need to create a different profile. I'm not sure if they allow you to change that little part there from community college to senior college. But the important thing here is that this search engine for scholarships is going to send you a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different updates. So not only you will have this scholarship handbook booklet that you have in your hands right now, but you also have this. You're going to be seeing the emails every day, and you can apply to those. Okay? So make sure that you pick one of those flyers at the end. It explains everything, and this is a great source because you can learn also about the scholarship process, applying, how to put together your package, and a lot more information. Any more questions? Or any other questions? Yes. No. So this scholarship, this is the one that he was talking about. This one opened again for this academic year on September 1st. And this is the information that you need here. It has the website, and once you visit that website, it's going to give you all the details of everything that you need, all the steps that you need to take so that you can apply for this scholarship and become the recipient of it. It's $10,000. That's great, right? More than that, that's amazing. Awesome. Yes. More questions? No? Okay, so I guess we're going to finish a little early. Isn't that great? On your day off? Okay. Thank you so much for being here again. We still have a little refreshment there. Feel free to go grab some more. And thank you again for being here. If you have any questions, I'm here. I'm also in my office. I'm one email away. And take the information that you need from the different tables that we have.
Yeah, because I have to take pictures of people eating.